Welcome to What's Canada Eating with Sia, eh? I'm your host, Sia.
And I'm your co-host, Asha.
And we're in White Horse, Yukon! So we're in Grandma Teresa's kitchen, and I'm going to show you how to make mandazi. This is our Kenyan version of fry bread, which has cardamom. It's all plant-based, and we're also going to make stew on the side that we'll get to enjoy with the Bannock. As soon as I tasted it, we had to make this. So come and join us. Okay, perfect. So we have yeast and a bit of sugar and warm water that has I've just activated the yeast to make sure everything's working. And yeah, so that's the beginning. We've got some flour, and this is the one that was milled here in White Horse, Yukon by
Hinterland.
Yeah, this is about 3 cups of flour, and we will share the recipe as well, but it's kind of pre-measured, so I'm gonna go ahead and...
Is it ancestor style?
I'm working with my ancestors here because I have made this for quite some time.
I am not that old.
And then there's one of the main parts of what makes mandazi so unique is my favorite spice that goes in there, and it's a sweet, it's really a happy spice. That's what cardamom is known for. So cardamom can be used for savory dishes and sweet. So today we're using it in mandazi, and it has there's an aroma to it,
yeah.
which is just, it's been used in perfumes and different fragrance as well, right? So and we also have it in tea.
Yeah.
So you can also drink it. So it's got pods. It comes in these pods. There are 2 types of cardamom. Be careful. The black cardamom is more smoky. So if you're smoking food or meat and vegetables, that's what folks would probably use for. Or if you're making even barbecue sauce, that's an alternative. The green pods are more of the sweeter, but you can, again, cook it in savory as well, but it has a totally different profile. And so the inside of the seeds is what really matters for the mandazi. And what I did was I just used one of the mortars and you crush it. As you crush it, you get the shells open. I actually have it set aside because we'll make it in the stew, and you basically have a nice seeds. So this is where the fragrance is. Very strong, and it just, the house will smell, even, it's already smelling so incredible, but it adds to it. So the way we do it is we typically just crush it, and that's how it goes. I like to keep some seeds because I love the bites of it when it's in the bread. So I'm gonna go ahead and dump a bunch. I'm gonna save, no, I'm not saving anything. So I'll go ahead and
all in.
I'll go all in. I'm gonna do a bit of salt as well. So we got some sea salt. We have sugar. I have 2 types of sugar here. I love the combination of coconut sugar as well as just regular white sugar in here. The element of coconut sugar also gives that earthy taste to the bread also. Speaking to my ancestors as I add this sugar in here.
They say everything.
Everything.
Okay.
Yeah. And the coconut sugar is not as sweet, so it does allow for more. And I think I have everything else in here. You could add lemon zest as well. So if you wanted a different element, you could add vanilla as well. Today we're foregoing that. I think the coconut sugar actually gives us the piece that we want. I'm gonna go in with my hands. So if you don't like hands, you can mix it. If you have a mixer, you can use a mixer. You can use a spoon, but we'll go the traditional route, which does take a bit longer. A mixer will work faster. And so what you wanna do is just combine. The only last thing we need is oil. And Sia, just behind you, you'll see some sunflower oil there.
I see.
And I'm just gonna first mix with just getting the crumbs in.
Do you want some sunflower oil?
Yes.
Okay.
So we're using sunflower oil today. You can use any light oil that doesn't have too much of a strong smell in it. You can also, Here, I got this.
You got
I
this?
it.
Yeah, there you go.
Here we go. I'll just pour a little bit on my hand.
There you go.
So we'll say this is about a quarter of a cup. I'm probably gonna add more, but that's what I have so far. Beside me here, we have some coconut cream. You can use coconut milk. You can use any milk that you'd want. If you don't want to use oil, you could use butter. I like oil because it's nice and light, because the coconut cream already has so much. It has a good amount of fat in there as well. So I'm just gonna pour some in there. I'm gonna aim for half of this.
So traditionally back home,
Mhm.
how is this made?
How
As in-
I'm making it right now.
How are you making it? Okay, so this is tradition.
This is the traditional way of mixing the mandazi dough. Where I grew up, we had wheat will turn into flour, and we processed that ourselves, and we would make different types of bread. So mandazi is a type of bread, but also a dessert, can be also considered a donut. So we'll get more flour in here in a bit. We can make chapati, bake our own breads with it. And so I love the fact that the flour we're using today is milled here.
Yeah.
So it's close to home. The quality, you can even feel how soft the flour is.
It's really nice flour.
It's really, really well done. So yeah, we're still just at this period, it's just adding the flour slowly in, really using your instinct in terms of what you're doing. And I love using hands with making dough usually, because I can feel it.
You can feel it.
I can feel it, and I can control it better. Whereas with a mixer, things move really fast,
When
and it's
I
hard
make
to correct.
my bread too, I do the same thing
Yeah.
as with my hand.
Yeah.
I can tell
You can really tell.
when it's not sticking to my fingers anymore. Then
That's when you know. We know we got some work to do here still.
Asha, would you say that, especially in the continent of Africa, culturally, our hands are so important?
Absolutely.
We cook with it, we eat with
With
it.
it, we feed each other with it.
Yes.
Hands is a utensil that is beyond. It's not just attached to us. It is really a part of us. It's the sense that you use it as a way of really understanding what you're doing and being in touch. It's really therapeutic as well.
Yeah.
Like you can really focus on what you're doing and take your mind.
Exercise too.
Yeah, exactly. Like my wrist is working.
Yeah.
Using your knuckles. You're working things out.
Therapeutic.
Grandma Teresa, have you
That
ever
gold
wondered?
darn man of mine.
This day.
Because if you ever wonder why Africans have such strong arms,
Yeah.
everything.
We use the hand.
Pounding. We're
Yeah,
doing it.
milling,
All the
like
time.
getting flour in place, corn goes.
Telling my kids, it's like, you guys don't even know about washing clothes.
No.
You had to carry
Carry it,
all
wash it with
the
your
way down-
hand.
Go all the way
All
down to
in
the
your
lake,
hands.
and we had to wash it on a washboard, and
Yeah.
we washing our clothes. And
Mhm.
we have to pack water into the house. We didn't
That's
have
right.
running water.
No
We
idea.
were the running water.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
You have to create a format for
Yeah.
that. So speaking of in the kitchen, what is like key essential thing you need to have in the kitchen, or the energy that you need to have to really enjoy your cooking experience?
I think having my cupboards full, making sure I have the right pots
That's
and
right.
pans and
That's
stuff
right.
like that. I'm not running to the store to get something, and I really enjoy cooking.
Mhm.
So when I do cook, and I tell a lot of my staff and that too, is like, if you're cooking,
Yeah.
don't be doing it while you're mad. Yeah, I don't like having negative
Yes.
going into my cooking.
Yes.
So if you're feeling upset, go for a break and have a little break or something, but
Take a
don't bring
moment.
it into the kitchen.
That's right.
So-
That's right. That energy travels right into
Oh, yeah,
what
with
you're
her
creating.
sewing, when
Yeah.
we're sitting down sewing and
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time with something going, I'll be like, Mom, what are you doing
Yeah.
to me? Go take a break, Teresa. So I'm not swearing or anything, and because
Yes.
I do
Make it
not
more
like to
flour.
have that negative energy.
Yeah.
Picking berries and all.
That's right.
Offer tobacco, and thank the Creator for allowing us and having this here for us.
Yes.
So it's
That's
really
right.
important, and those are the key things that our ancestors tell us too. Those are our ancestors, but the ones that passed on it.
That's right.
But you have to respect
That's right.
all the time of what you're getting. We do that all the time.
Absolutely. You're not alone.
And if you're gonna argue and get mad at your dough, it won't work.
It won't work.
It
won't work.
When I first made my first pie crust, I was so mad at that thing. It wouldn't stick, and I was just punching
Just
it.
going at it.
And my husband's
Frustration.
like, "Ooh, I really don't want to eat that." I think you better
eat it. I'm making this
But now, after the years, I've gotten better.
Yeah.
So with making pie dough.
That's right.
I learned how not to swear at it. Beat the heck out of it.
Just take a moment and walk away, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell us the name of mandazi, like where it comes from?
Mandazi is really just the sweet dough. It is influenced by Indian food. So this is part of colonialism under the British. Essentially, people of Indian descent from India were brought in to work on the Ugandan Railroad. And with that, you know, it's a dark moment in history as well, because of a lot of just anger and hate that had infused between Uganda and Kenya, with basically what they would say foreigners coming in and jobs being taken away from the people that are from there. But over time, I think as we look at post, the impact is there's a lot of fusion of Indian flavors and spices especially. So thinking cardamom, cardamom does come in places like, if you're looking at Persian cuisine, you will definitely have cardamom in there. Different regional Indian food will have those spices. And so there are multiple ways that mandazi is made. And again, regionally, depending on where you are, the way it's made in Tanzania versus Uganda versus specifically Kenya is the one that I'm quite aware of. It's completely different. The sizes can be shaped differently. They could be much bigger, more flatter versus a little, fatter. But traditionally, mandazi is enjoyed, for breakfast or as a side item that's on the table. During the month, I'm Muslim, so during the month of Ramadan, we always have mandazi on the table. You can break fast with it as well, with chai, with tea or coffee. It's often enjoyed as a format. So this is one of the first breads that I learned how to make, and it can be it's labor intensive. Right, so it is made out of love, and there's intention behind it. You've got to be quite aware. Some people use yeast, some people don't use yeast. They'll use baking powder also. But again, overall, Kenyan cuisine does have a lot of fusion that's related to, people from India that brought in that richness and really enhanced, I would say, the flavors of what's available.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right?
So that's mandazi.
Every day, right?
I know when my dough is
Ready?
there is when I can. I say it jumps back at me. I choose to simplify. The simpler the recipe, the better for me. So I say use oil if you can. Sunflower oil is what I'm using today. You can use avocado oils. Also, you can use, sometimes I will use olive oil in the actual dough. If I want it to be more savory especially, that's what I'll do. So here it is. How do you know it's ready? Like, you don't want to over mix it, but it's like this is a little more wet, and I'm going to be gradually adding more flour as I prep it later when we roll it out, but we're going to let this rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, so just cover it with a cloth or saran wrap and then let it sit.
So
I did use an active yeast so that it moves faster. With traditional yeast, it will be a bit longer.
Do you have a cloth?
Yeah, we got a cloth right in front of us. If this is okay, Grandma Teresa, is it okay if I use this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, we're just gonna cover this. And I got extra coconut milk cream.
Excellent.
So I'm gonna just reset my hands, wash my hands, and then we'll get right into
Cooking.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna go this way. And sauce and stews, always. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, I'm always about it, and that's also part of our tradition.
Okay.
I have, what we're gonna make is a nice beef stew. It's savory. It's got some amazing spices like the cardamom. We've got some Ethiopian spice, barbare, which stay tuned again. That's something we're working on. And some herbs like bay leaves, ginger, garlic, whatnot. So I got the oil just, getting warmed while we wait for that. I have a question for you.
Wait, Asha, what did you just do?
So I have a little bit of wet part of the wooden spoon, and I'm just checking to see if my oil is warm, just to see if it sizzles a little bit.
Oh.
And that's what I do with my bannock.
Oh, really?
Is what I do is once my oil is hot enough,
Yes.
I'll just put a little bit of batter on
Yes.
and just test it. And if it starts bubbling, then I know it's ready.
It's ready to go.
Is that the right word?
Yeah, it's okay. It's a little low, but I don't ever want to start too high.
No, because then
Especially with olive oil, it will burn, right? So you gotta be super careful. But what we will start with, it's about ready. So I've got red onion, ginger, garlic, and you remember how I was talking about cardamom? So I took all the shelves out. The smell is still here, so we're gonna go ahead and use the shelves. We use the seeds for mandazi. We're gonna use the rest of this in the stew.
Okay.
Because that flavor can carry forward still.
And what did you say was garlic in there?
Garlic and ginger.
Ginger.
So yeah.
Oh, garlic and
chop,
ginger mixed.
chop. Yeah.
Okay.
And we'll let this fry up a little bit. And the first 5 minutes of your kitchen, it should smell good. And if it doesn't, while you're cooking, I don't know what we're eating.
Wrong.
Something is not going to be. Something is wrong. So, all the fragrance coming from onion, ginger, and garlic. That's my typical first to go. I like to get it going, and it will determine how good whatever I'm cooking will be. We will also have some potatoes. I love potatoes. I love potatoes in stews and soups. There's some carrots underneath here that I've already prepped as well, and tomato paste. I think West African as well. East Africans love a tomato-based stew.
Tomato.
Yeah.
Tomato.
Everything has tomato in it.
Tomato. So we got tomato paste, and it's a nice binder as well. It thickens the stew, but it's also just the sweetness of the tomatoes is in there. That's a nice balance, and the color.
And that's how you glue a tomato
Yes.
back together. Tomato paste. Hey.
Tomato paste. We just paste it. We'll take some tomatoes. Hey, she's funny. Come on. Listen. Grandma Teresa, what do you listen? Do you listen to music when you're cooking?
I do.
Yeah. What's your go-to?
Well, I like.
I'll put a little
I
more.
don't know how to say it. I like heavy metal.
Okay.
I guess.
All right.
I like Quiet Ride.
Okay, girl.
You see,
Quiet Ride.
Sweet Rain.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of Sweet Rain by Inmates?
No, I have not.
I can play that for you.
Okay. Okay.
It's a really
Inmates.
nice song. And
Right.
what do you guys listen to?
Afrobeats.
Yeah, for food, I would say Afrobeats. Anything that's high energy.
Yeah.
I love soca. If I'm slow cooking, I love R&B.
Yeah.
Just nice, whether it's jazz or R&B. That is another. So we have coriander added in here as well, and I have thyme also. So we got some thyme. We don't have a lot of thyme actually. We got some thyme and we got some bay leaves for the herbs. I'm gonna go ahead and pop those in here. Speaking of spices. The thing with Kenyan food, it's all balanced. Again, not too spicy, but also just enough. So there's some heat, but not in a way that you're tasting the spice. Heat first.
Mm-hmm.
It's more flavor than heat. So the color changed quite quickly between the thyme and the coriander. It gets a little more brown. And for me, again, I like to cook. I like to layer my flavor. So with oil, with any ingredient, slowly, and I adjust according to what I'm seeing, and what I'm seeing and what I'm smelling, and of course what I'm tasting. So this is frying really well. And then once I give it another minute, I'm gonna go ahead and get the tomato paste in
Yeah.
here.
When they were cooking the chicken out there, I fry my
Yes.
vegetables
Yes.
and my potatoes and
That's
all
right.
of that
Yeah.
with
That's
the
right.
meat.
That's
and
right. That's what we do.
Then I add my cornstarch because
Yeah.
we're cooking more of our stews with cornstarch because there's so many gluten-free people out there nowadays.
Yeah,
That it's just easier for us to
that's right.
accommodate them with gluten-free
That's right.
stew.
Yeah. You can start smelling the cardamom. I start to like
Yeah.
the
All the
smells popping up.
variations.
Yeah.
Yes, you smell
You'll
that.
like, and then it will all combine, you know, and at some point we just got one. I'm gonna get some of this. And then if you've been in African kitchens, so we're gonna put some water in here. And then, you know, I did add some water into the residue of the tomatoes because I think this is, you don't want to waste anything.
Yes.
Nothing is wasted, and I know I'm gonna need that water, so I'll just
Is it a
slowly, and I might do this a couple of times. Do you want to get me some more? Let it sit, so that becomes the avenue in which water goes into the sauce. And as you get more water in, you'll see that the oil sits at the top, and you will see that it gets a little more looser because the tomato paste, you can fry it longer, but I know we're also thinking of time right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and save that one.
But generally, people can.
Yeah, you can take your time. You can take your time and almost like, it's not burnt, but like really fry the tomato paste. So I'm gonna give this 2 minutes, and then we're gonna go ahead and add first the Kula ginger beef.
Yeah.
So this is made from mushrooms and peas, Canadian mushrooms and peas, with very few ingredients. And the idea is to give you the texture that you would get from beef, but all from plants. So you can find this at your local grocery store. And today we found it. Yeah, Riverside. So we went to Riverside.
Oh yeah,
Market.
Riverside is a good store.
They have our proteins and sauces. So shout out to Riverside.
Yeah, they got good stuff there.
Yeah.
Right.
At this point, honestly, if you were to say this is all we're gonna eat with like the fry bread, this would be good, right? And we often sometimes have this as a side, like a paste that would be on the table that you just kind of grab bread and you dip with. So this
nice.
could have, like, if you really wanted to stop right here, this could be the place that you stop because you've got the nice amount of oil that's at the top, but you also have the tomato paste and the seasoning in
So
there.
it's very versatile.
It's so versatile. So if we were to stop, this is where we would stop. But we're gonna go fast forward now, okay? Things are gonna go faster. I'm gonna go ahead and just get this package in here. This is what it looks like. So it's pre-cooked, which means that we're gonna be cooking the stew much faster. Just another benefit of having plant-based protein options is the cook time does get cut down.
Scissors?
Scissors.
Right in that drawer beside you.
All right. Thank you, Grandma Teresa. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut that package. It's thawed. It comes frozen. And shake it up a little bit, and just pop that in here. Be careful not to put the plastic in the stew. So now I'm gonna take this delicious tomato paste sauce that we made and just kind of combine the meat in and fry it up a little bit. So allow the meat to combine in with the sauce. And then we'll continue with the vegetables, potatoes and carrots. It will start to stick, just reduce your pot when that starts to happen. And you have your handy little tomato water mixture that you're just gonna try to get as much out of as possible. You don't want to dump too much water at once because we're not making soup, we're making stew. The difference is you want different textures, you want the thickness in a stew form. Not too much liquid. Get some more water. Thank you. What I love about stew is just the simplicity of cooking. You're just getting things in there. You're not overthinking it. It's one pot for the most part. And there's those textures of the meat that's in here.
Asha, how important was it for you, going plant-based, being able to still cook and make traditional meals?
Quite critical. I think sustaining the diet for me, I wouldn't be able to if I'm not able to enjoy the flavors and like some of the ingredients that I grew up with. One thing with like the misconception of eating plant-based food is that it's really difficult. I think what makes it simpler is if you stick with like things that you enjoy. Like, so if you like certain meals or certain flavors, the seasoning it's all plants for the most part. So being able to bring that into what you enjoy. I think the last episode we talked about lentils and why lentils made it easier for me to be able to just transition, and I stuck with that. So then it's not so foreign. It's not so brand new. It was just like I was able to remove a couple of things. Being able to like enjoy the traditional process of cooking is one that I'm really mindful of. Of course, like I grew up also on land where we had animals, and you got to know the animals, but you also we knew at some point the animal will be killed, and there's the whole process. So for some, that's a tradition, and I mean realistically, in the West, that tradition is no longer necessarily available to everybody. So for myself, being able to like find my own traditions in my process with incorporating more plant source is something that is important to me. But at the same time, I want to remember the taste of my mom's food and my auntie's food, and like be able to honor the traditions of where I come from. So I get to do that with our brand, Kula. Like I really think about the sourcing of what goes in there, the processing. Like if there are things that are just against it, I won't release it. So I believe there's always a way to keep tradition and still be able to think forward, and think of sustainable ways to be able to achieve in this modern world. And so like the idea that you can take mushrooms and pea protein and make a meat. Like when I talked to my mom, actually I was just in Toronto and I made this. So Ethiopian food, Ethiopian Eritrean cuisine. My ancestors are, my mom's side, they're from Ethiopia. And so what we eat a lot of is Ethiopian food. Injera is one, and it usually is like some sort of meat. There's a lot of vegetarian options, a lot of fermentation. But one of the stews, which is the tibs that you enjoy with injera, requires usually goat, chicken, beef, is usually the first thing. But I was able to do it with the beef. And she doesn't have to eat all of that, but like with her trying, she appreciated that the flavor was made, right? The texture is never going to be one for one, but she was like, I'm so glad you achieved that flavor, right? And like I was able to still continue in that. So that's just one example of ways that you can still continue with the tradition. And it's definitely getting thicker, so more water. And then I'm gonna get the potato and the veg in so that it can cook down. And again, just learnings in the kitchen, especially if someone invites you in, make sure you leave the kitchen as you are welcomed into that kitchen. So clean as you go. You'll appreciate it afterwards. Tomatoes, as you know, splatter and stain. So I'm going to do my very best not to disrespect your kitchen.
When we were at the African Music Festival, we were making a stew.
Yes.
And I was getting hungry, and they were also having a curling tournament across the street. And they were selling hot dogs and stuff. And I was like, told my youngest daughter, I said, I'm going over to get something to eat. Do you want anything? Make sure, because I was making a minestrone soup as well, make sure you put the tomatoes in, and this over here needs more meat and stuff like that. Then I came back and she had added all the tomatoes into the beef stew. I'm like, tomatoes and beef stew? How does that happen? Oh my gosh, I don't even know how this is going to turn out. I was kind of upset. What am I going to do? Because we're in Junction. It doesn't have a store. The store wasn't open. And so it's, oh well, it is what it is. And it was really delicious.
There
I
you
was
go.
like, oh
Those
my
are
God,
happy
my girl,
mistakes.
you created a new stew for us. 'Cause-
There you go.
And it went really well. And then hearing you girls say how important tomatoes are in your guys' cultural
It's
food.
very important.
And they just loved it over there.
Yeah.
Of course.
So you did
There's
that.
tomatoes in there.
Someone, there was someone there. There was an ancestor that spoke to you.
Yeah.
I bet you the Africans were like, oh, she made something
Yes,
that's for us.
that's
Yeah.
for us. I'm gonna add the potatoes and carrots in here.
So is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, the carrots are not as much. Some of them didn't survive. We sort of traveled with carrots. Note to self: don't travel with carrots. They do brown as you have them in enclosed space for a period of time. So I'm gonna just mix that in, allow that to rest a bit, and allow the potatoes and the carrots to cook down, and then we'll finish. I love finishing at the end with salt. Some folks like to add salt during the process. There's no wrong way of doing that, but that's my process.
I don't know why, but looking at this for a second there, I just thought of chili, but specifically
Oh.
It
I
can,
had, like the
yeah.
Indigenous chili that
Yeah.
you eat with bannock. I don't know why.
It can. This is
it can?
this.
Okay.
You look how like the thickness of it with
Yeah.
the vegetables.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, there's a whole subject of stews, and I know you're gonna make stews today. But it's something that globally we can all relate to.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna go ahead and check on the dough and roll it out and
See what that's about.
get some dough rolled so that it can rest. And then once it rests, we'll fry it. The stew will be ready to go and we'll feast. So the dough is out. I can see that it's proofing. That bounce is still happening. It's risen a bit and softened up. We are on tight on time, so we're gonna go ahead and roll this out. I did use active, yeast, which works much faster than traditional yeast. So typically, you just gotta be aware of it. It's been about, say, 40 minutes. So we're gonna do the second proofing, which is really just getting it rolled, shaping it. Here's where the fun comes in. It's really up to you. So if you guys can help me out, wash your hands, and then if you want to take part in shaping it. So I'll roll it out, and I'll show you some of the ways that we traditionally like to cut it. And this is where I love doing this with the kids. Like when we're in our home, we like to be really comfortable. So this is a dira. That's what we call it. Dira is just usually just like it just hangs, right? And you're super comfortable. Nothing is clinging. I'm short, so it is dragging on the ground, but it is aware that we have, whether you're cooking or just lounging. Just gonna go ahead and put that aside. I always like to check. I'm like, oh, it's a little wet. For me, this is a little wetter than I usually like it, but we roll. So you're gonna go ahead and slice. I'm gonna take, no, here. Flour, put a little flour on your knife. If you have a dough cutter, you can use a dough cutter too. So it cuts a little more smoother like that. So flour base does help. There are a few ways you can slice. So you can kind of do an angle like that, right? I don't know what shape I can call it. But usually it's like a diamond shape. So that's my go-to typically. That's what I'm known for catering, especially when I'm making them. This is usually the typical shape that I go with. And it's just kind of like going back and forth, right? Yeah. Like so. Some people, I'll show you another way that you can make it, and bigger too. We can make them into larger pieces. Would you like to try? You might want to. I don't know if you want this knife, but there you go.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Just watching.
I know, making it work over. What's great with this dough, you can freeze it. So if you don't get through all of them, you can freeze it and fry it at a different time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to do all of them, or do you want to?
I'll take over after, whenever you're ready. Yeah.
Look at that girl, Teresa.
Come on. It's not her first rodeo.
I know. It's like she's like, oh no. Okay, here we go.
Yeah. Let me show you how to do this. Okay.
Okay.
Amazing. So, I'll finish this and then I'll come back to this dough. I'm actually going to just re-roll these.
Do you want another tray?
Yes, I do.
Did you wash it?
I can wash
I
it.
did. I did
Okay,
wash
you
it.
did? Okay.
I did
I
wash
got
it.
parchment paper too.
Okay. Yeah, I washed it and I dried it.
Do you want some parchment paper?
Sure. Yes, please. Thank you. I'm going to show you a different way. Another traditional way of shaping. So this is more rounded. I took one of the smaller pieces. This is another way to shape. So we're gonna make a nice little circle, almost like a pizza dough. Again, the thinner it goes and you give it enough time to proof, you'll really get a nice airy, almost sometimes it could be a hole. Like when you open it, it's just dough and just a whole air. And then you scoop it into soup or stew or, sauce. Mhm. A true mandazi maker can do that.
With our fry bread, we can do it like that.
Yeah, it's
well.
just going flatter. And so it's round. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and just get them into 4 pieces. Don't get too impatient. This is dough you're working with. You gotta be able to take some time with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and slice one way. So I'll have half of it and then I'm gonna quarter it. So we've got 4 pieces. So this will be a little flatter and it'll just kind of proof slightly. And there we go. That's another shape.
So you're baking these or
We're frying them. Deep frying them. I'm gonna do more of those.
You want to taco about it?
Want to talk about it? Hey!
Taco about it?
Yeah, you can open it up too and eat it like a taco.
Where I used to wear a shirt, I found a shirt like that. It says, "You want to taco about
We're gonna talk
it?"
about it.
And so when I was making Indian tacos at
Yeah,
a
you do
community
the
event,
that's catchy.
I'd have my shirt off, and some people will catch it.
Yeah.
Oh, good one.
Can I leave you with some frozen ones? You
Yes,
can freeze
you can.
them. Yeah. Okay. Because I know we're frying is.
Yeah.
I can
you
feel
totally
the
can, and,
Sia ticking time that I know I'm on right now, and I am gonna respect it because I want us to sleep happy today.
Yeah. Hey,
You can tell you a little bit about our journey here.
You gotta hurry up because I want to take you girls out to our little
That's
place.
right. That's right. Yeah, I don't want to miss that part. So that's another. So
It's gonna be a fun
these are the
time.
last 2 we'll make,
Okay.
and then the rest we'll
I'll put
we'll
it in
save
the
it.
freezer.
Yeah.
And then make it, and then when you make it,
There's
take pictures
a-
and show us.
It's,
Ooh, that looks so good. Is there something I should put it in?
we have a thing on the side there.
Okay.
Got a whole line going here.
Ooh, I love this.
Ooh, it's just fluffy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. This flour is gonna.
It's the flour, eh?
It's the flour. I felt it. As soon as I touched the flour, I already knew. It's so soft.
Let me grab your plate because I put a plate out there for you.
All right. Next batch is ready. I'm gonna pop them in. So we're gonna go ahead and get to the final step. So we've got our dough, it will proof, so you'll see that it's risen. Sometimes it will double. And we've got a nice hot oil. You want it to make sure the oil is hot. I tested it with the wooden spoon, then I popped in a little bit of tiny dough. And it will react fast enough when you know your oil is hot enough for it. So Grandma Teresa and I are tag teaming right now. We're gonna fry these mandazis up. And we got a pro in the kitchen here, so things move fast. And the goal with mandazi is you wanna have enough so that they're beside each other so it's easy to flip them. And when they fry, they look this brown. This is the perfect tone that you wanna look for. Nice golden mandazi. This happens really quick because oil waits for no man. I think some of them can flip at this point. So this was the first set of shapes that we created, that we cut out. And so you can see, you got a nice golden brown already forming on one side. Patiently, be careful with the oil as you flip them over. And Grandma Teresa is doing it in her professional manner. She's not new at this, as you can tell. So this is making mandazi is so fun, especially when you have someone else in the kitchen with you. It's not as labor intensive, and you can really share the task. So let me ask you a question. So does this seem very familiar, or what are some of the differences with making frying a bannock?
When I do fry bread
Yes.
for my tacos and stuff like that, I make them nice and round.
Yes.
Well, I just put them on the board, flatten them out, put them in, and it's just as fast as this.
Yeah.
You have to be quick,
That's
let it
right.
brown, and then turn it over.
Mm-hmm.
Bannock is a little different because you're using tablespoonfuls, and so the thicker, so
Okay.
it takes 4 or 5 minutes to cook
Okay.
on each side.
Yeah.
But same idea.
Same idea. There you go. Look at that. This is going to be so good. What's again great with the mandazi is you can freeze them if you don't get through. I don't know anyone that gets to keep them because you can eat it. You can eat it in one sitting, and because they're still small enough. I actually made them. We cut them bigger than usual, but we go through them by the end of the day. But if you don't, you can freeze them, and just thaw and enjoy it.
Same with bannock.
Yeah.
Bannock
That's right.
the workers in the hospital buy bannock
Okay.
and they freeze it. So when the client comes in, they throw it in a microwave.
Get it ready for them. Nice and easy. Bada boom, bada boom. All right. So now, yeah, these ones were the ones we had the circular shapes that were cut.
Right.
And so we're gonna go ahead and pop these in here. They're gonna be thinner. And then we'll save the last 4 for the last batch.
I love this.
It's never a dull moment, baby. Never a dull
And this
moment.
video, I was like, she's drinking the coconut, you're drinking the tea, you guys just like, and I was gonna be like,
Just
ladies,
another Saturday.
as women, can we talk about what it's like as women? I'm staying out of this frame because it's so beautiful.
Is it?
Yeah,
Thanks.
I know. Thank you, Chairman.
So I'm gonna do this. So I did turn it down.
It's turning down by itself.
Yeah, I see that.
Crazy, eh?
It's wild. So we'll give it a little more time. And you'll get, the longer it fries, the more crispier it is outside.
Oh,
And if you really let it proof, that, like the airiness of it inside,
Okay.
it's beautiful. Yeah. Yes. Why not?
Elders, when I have bannock,
Yes.
the elders are all. You have the crispy one?
That's right. That's right. I like the crispy ones too. There is that. There again, with mandazi, you can have it with like beans. There's a side of beans that you can have. You can, like a stewed beans. You can have it with a stew like this. You can have it with just tea or coffee. Ice cream. So if you're doing a dessert, some sort of like an ice cream side with it, or cream. Yeah, whipped cream.
Whipped
Mhm.
cream and maple syrup.
That's right. You can fill it too if it's nice
Oh,
and
yeah.
airy. You can fill it. All the tones, all
Alright.
the crisp.
Last 4.
Last 4. Ooh! And when you're placing your mandazi dough, just do them closer. If you do far, you're gonna splash. So it's actually counterproductive. Okay. The closer, the better, so you're not burning yourself. This is also.
Many times I've burnt my
Oh, yeah.
fingernails or.
You can't be scared of the oil. Don't be afraid of the hot oil. Get it close. Get closer to it. So I'm gonna dish out. We have the stew in the meantime that's nice and ready. The chunks have been cooked well. The potatoes are, you still get a nice texture with the potatoes, but they're cooked down. So I'm gonna go ahead and dish up some of the stew for us for the table. Remember, there's some of the cardamom shells in here, so you could pick them out if you want. Sometimes the kids don't like them, but they're fine to eat. That's it. And we just eat now.
Yay!
Thank you so much, Grandma Teresa.
Canada eats.
Yes, yes.
What's Canada?
What's Canada eating?
Canada eating, eh?
With
Eh?
With Sia, eh?
Yeah, what's Canada eating with Sia, eh?
In Commandant Village.
That's right. That's right. In Grandma Teresa's kitchen. And that's how you do it. And you can literally just dip a stew in there.
Very delicious.
Thank you.
Now, if I go to one of my events now,
Now you know. You can make.
yeah, they'll be like, Teresa, we love your new bannock.
Cardamom.
Did you ever try it with gluten-free bread flour?
I have, and not successfully. Yeah, but if you do, please.
This is really good. I love it. I have to save that frozen piece, and I'll give it to Leonard,
You gonna dip it a little bit?
who's the guy that organizes that African music
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
fest.
Yes.
He'll be like,
Oh my god.
Teresa, this is what you gotta make now. I want a double dip. Very good. Okay, now that is delicious.
Oh no! Wait. We need the bannock. I'll bring it. It's not. It was the bannock that really.
Try the bannock.
Yes.
Oh my god! It's gonna be delicious.
I've been thinking about this the whole time. We got the bannock, the original bannock.
Original Grandma Teresa's
Grandma
Yukon
Teresa's.
bannock.
That's right. We got Yukon bannock with some ginger beef stew.
Delicious. Can't double dip, so
It's okay. That is a cultural fusion.
Oh yeah.
Explosion.
And is it
Magic.
Kenya stew? And a Yukon bannock.
That's right. Look at this.
Wow, eh?
Wow. The way it just perfectly works together. So good, huh?
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness, guys! I gotta get in here and try it.
You gotta try it.
Here, hold on, let me try.
No, get yourself a fry bread. Don't. Yeah. This is it.
Oh, Grandma Teresa, I got you to stand right here. Okay, so I gotta try.
Let's get into it. Imagine when the potatoes
Party in the village.
Yes. In Grandma's kitchen.
Oh my goodness.
Boy, it just sucks to be that cameraman.
Oh my god!
And we're talking about the stew.
So good.
This is so
Yeah.
good. Like,
I get to eat before I go work on my fish.
And some leftovers for later. Oh my god.
I'm blending the two.
I thought you would say, "Oh my Allah."
Oh my Allah.
She could.
Oh my Allah. I'm really grateful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. What an adventure this has been. Here we are.
Just like home.
Yeah, very good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm eating a vegan stew
You're eating a
with a
stew.
vegan bannock.
With a vegan bannock.
No, vegan mandazi.
Yeah,
Vegan
vegan
mandazi.
mandazi.
Just check out Yukon bannock. You can find them at your Loblaws location. Where else?
There's in the lower mainland BC. There's 14 stores down there, including Kamloops, and then in Alberta, there's 5 stores in Alberta.
There you go. Online as well. And
And
look
then
out for Yukon Bannock Restaurant.
Coming
Right on, Bannock Bistro.
Bannock Bistro.
Bye.